Today, I've come to address or send a message to two organizations. We have the Indigenous Peoples Rights International and Cultural Carnival. Lately, we've been going through your profile as an organization through Facebook platform, and we feel that it's important that we come online to address and to have a proper discussion with you people. We are using this medium to speak to you because we've been seeing your work, and I will say bravo, bravo, bravo. You've been working very hard to amplify the voices of marginalized communities. We want to take this moment to call on the attention of Indigenous Peoples Rights International and Cultural Carnival as an organization to come to our aid here in Abuja. Abuja is a state in Nigeria, and Abuja is the capital of Nigeria. Once upon a time, the capital of Nigeria was in Lagos. So during the regime of Murtala Mohammed, a military government, in a joint meeting of a Supreme Military Council and National Council of State in 1976, to be precise, on 3rd February, Murtala Mohammed proclaimed that Abuja should be the next Nigeria's capital. There was a committee set for that arrangement. After proper visitation and consultation, they realized that Abuja should be used as Nigerian nation's capital. During that, the original inhabitants sacrificed 8,000 square kilometers of their land for the nation's capital. There was promises made by the federal government to compensate, to resettle, and to make sure that the Abuja indigenous people gain political inclusion, but to no avail. February 3rd, 2026, Abuja indigenous people celebrated their 50 years when the nation's capital was moved from Lagos to Abuja. Despite the sacrifice the indigenous people made, I want to say that was the period the indigenous people begin to face systematic marginalization. I'm speaking not because I heard about the story. I'm speaking to Indigenous Rights International and Cultural Carnival as a son of the soil. I was born and brought up here. This is my state. This is my locality. I spent all my life here as an original inhabitant, not a resident. I know where it inches us as an individual. Through our organization, Majagora Peace and Development Initiative, we've provided different means to see how we can amplify our voices better. So let me introduce myself better. My name is Montasir Jibril Mohammed. I am the Executive Director of Majagora Peace and Development Initiative. With support from MacArthur Foundation through the Resource Center for Human Rights and Civic Education, we are able to strengthen the economic, political, cultural identity and rights of Abuja original inhabitants. We've been facing this critical situation for a very long time. If not for the intervention of MacArthur Foundation and the Resource Center for Human Rights and Civic Education that came down to Nigeria and gave support to the indigenous organizations like ours to see how we can amplify the voices of FCT original inhabitants. Despite the sacrifice we made for the nation's capital, I want to tell you people that we have been passing through a lot. Our houses have been demolished and we are still experiencing demolition without adequate compensation, resettlement, and even discussion to know that, okay, this is what is going on. The indigenous people will wake up in a day and discover that our houses have been demolished. We go to our farms, because we are known as farmers, we come back and discover that our houses have been demolished. Without awareness, we've done our part to see how we take our credit to the government or no intervention has been taken. Estate developers are coming in the name of development, collecting our land, forcefully collection of our land for development without compensation. The military government in Nigeria has grabbed our land without compensation and without any consideration. The original inhabitants of FCT are of 9 to 10 tribes: the Bagis, the Gwandaras, the Gedes, the Kanagana, the Amoa, the Brakoto, the Basa, the Koro, the Baris, and a bit of Hausa Fulani. We are going through a lot every day and night. If we take other states, Abuja was proclaimed as a state in the constitution. But I want to say that we only have one senatorial position. But other states have 3 to 4 to 6 senators. We only have 2 House of Representatives in FCT in Abuja, but others they have 6 and above. We only have 6 local government area council, but others they have have multiple, like 30 government area. We have worked tirelessly to see how we can get this inclusion, but to no avail. Our cultural identity have been erased because of development, so-called development. How can demolition occur in a community without the awareness of the people? Is this justice or not? Please don't mind the way I speak. I'm speaking because I am the son of the soil. I'm the son of the soil. I know where it's inching me. I have dedicated all my life as a person. I'm the founder of Major Water Peace and Development Initiative. I think this, as a graduate, I have to leave the issue of civil service at one place and focus on how to amplify the voices of our people. Empowerment, employment, we are led by it. There will be government, and this government will give positions to other states, but Abuja will not be included. The percentage of employment, when they are doing employment, we are not giving any chances to bring our people to be employed. We have several ministries here. We are the horse of Nigeria. We have thousands of ministries: Bank of Industry, Bank of Agriculture, CBN, Industrial Trust Fund, mentioned here in the city center. But our people are not working there. We have pride. We have 17 granted traditional rulers who are certified by the government, but their strength has been weakened because of this erosion of culture. Our people are taken for granted. We are not naive, but we are patient. We are peace-loving people of this country. It is everyone's responsibility to see that we make contribution towards the growth and development of our communities. While we're the other, let me not speak deep. I want to tell you that we got a grant from MacArthur Foundation through the Resource Center for Human Rights and Civic Education. These are the policies produced by Christ Resource Center for Human Rights and Civic Education. Look at it. You will see the same. There is a culture in the land. These are the policies. If you check very well, you see that this is the Heritage Center that the Resource Center for Human Rights and Civic Education are trying to build for us here in Abuja, so that our cultural identity will not be erased. We've lost everything about our culture. We are calling you people to come and rescue us. I want to show you another policy brief. The policy brief says that a capital builds on exclusion. Yes, and it said that restoring justice, representation, and political belonging for Abuja original inhabitants. Look at it. To tell you how far the original inhabitants, what they are going through. We are going through a lot. This is another policy brief. Says that urban wealth, indigenous poverty, confronting economic injustice in Nigeria's federal capital. Look at demolitions everywhere. Look at what is happening to the indigenous people of FCT Abuja. If not for MacArthur Foundation, what the initiative from Resource Center for Human Rights and Civic Education, the indigenous people of FCT would have been something different. Our children are suffering. We can no longer access means of livelihood. The indigenous people of Abuja are known with farming as occupation. We don't longer have land to farm. Development has eaten up everywhere. Insecurity has taken over. The far places we are supposed to be farming, they have been carved by bandit kidnapping and so on. Talk about farmer elders clashes. We now have out of school children, unemployed. In every ramification you talk about development, we are left behind. If you check the 36 states of Nigeria, including FCT is the least, let me say, underprivileged state. Our children are beginning to go into drugs, stealing, crime, everything you could talk about. Let me not go deep, but I want you to feel the pains. You can check everywhere on the social media, Abuja Indigenous Peoples Problem. You will see it. You will see what we are going through. I want to take a moment and call on Indigenous Rights International and cultural carnivals to please, I'm begging, come to our aid. Support Major Water Peace and Development Initiative to amplifying the voices of the original inhabitant of Abuja. I personally, our organization comprises of indigenous people. Because of what? Because we know how we feel, we know from where, how, when it happens, and we are ready to make impact because it is our problem, and we believe there are other states out there. Let me say bravo and kudos to these organizations. We've been seeing your handwork. Congratulations, and we know you guys are doing more. So come to the rescue of Abuja indigenous people, and we are open. You can search us on Facebook, Mejagora Peace and Development Initiative, and YouTube. You get to know more about us. Thank you very much.